Okay, now moving on to Chapter 6. We talk about merchandising business still, and this time we're going to talk about paying bills on this side. Um, Students can get a little hung up on this, so I want to spend quite a bit of time going over the pay bill screen and the discounts and that kind of thing. So as I mentioned before, purchase orders. This would be where you would go when you want to order something from one of your vendors. So for instance, I'm in another company file because I don't want you to get caught up on the files. I want you to learn QuickBooks. And I need a 2 GB hard drive, and I am going to order 10 of them. And right up here, my vendor, and I'm going to go down here, and it's going to be Perry Software Supply. And here's my order date. Here's the date I expect it to show up. And then I'm going to hit save and close. And it's going to try to spell check this for me, and I just don't care. Okay, so now later on, when I would receive this inventory, I would go right here. And I'm going to receive inventory without the bill. Okay, what am I receiving? I'm going to receive, and I know I had a PO out for it, so I'm going to go select PO and select my vendor. And I know I have this, and I click OK. And here, had I not received all of them, I would change this. This is very important right here. If I do not receive all of them, I need to change this quantity. And then I hit save and close. Remember, I didn't receive a bill. There's no bill with this. So here, if I did receive a bill, I would click bill received. If I did not, I would hit save and close. Now later, when I receive that bill, enter bills against inventory, I would go and I would find my vendor. And it looks like I have 2 of them open. So I'm going to select the second one. And it'll automatically create my bill based on the information that I have already put in here. And I can go back here and I can go show PO. It'll take me back to my original. And right here now it is stamped received in full. So if you haven't received this in full, this will not be received in full. Now, purchase orders are not on your financial statements in any way. They aren't in your inventory, they aren't in your bills, because we are on accrual-based accounting, meaning that we have not ordered the items yet. And so these purchase orders are not reported on your financial statements. So then once all of that is done, the other option would be to receive inventory with the bill, meaning that the bill shows up the same day the inventory. So here we would click bill received. The only difference between these two screens is this button right here. That is it. That is the only difference. And we use this item tab right here when we're receiving inventory. If it's a bill for an expense, we would use this tab. So a lot of these screens look very familiar. We're just learning how to use the additional tabs that are available to us. This is for inventory. Again, the quantity is extremely important. And just like you learned in previous chapters, we have this pay bills. So for instance, here is all the lists of the items of people that we owe money to. We've already received these bills. They are already entered in our books, but we have not paid them yet. So let's say I decide that I want to pay this Perry office supply bill, so I'd click on there. Now let's go down here. There are several very, very, very important boxes. Right here you can go to the bill and look at it. Okay. Right here, set discount. We're going to come back to this. And set credits. We're going to come back to that. So let's say I wanted to pay with my credit card. This one I don't have a valid credit card, so I'm going to go ahead and set one up. and I'm going to name it my Visa. Yours should be set up. But here, I'm going to pay with my credit card and I'm going to pay with my Visa. Let's say I had 5 different credit cards, I'd select which one. All this means is that it's not going to go into my check register. I'm going to run home really quick. It's not going to go over here into my check register. It's going to go into my Visa account and show up on my balance sheet as a liability. On my balance sheet as a liability. So I'm going to go back into pay bills. So this is very important. You have to pay attention to whether you're paying by check or if you're paying by credit card. That will greatly impact whether it goes to your checking account or it goes to your Visa bill. Okay, so right here, set discounts is one of the things that students tend to get hung up on. So this is the box that pops up with set discounts. So this terms is net 30. Sometimes you'll get 210 net 30, and if you remember from 129, 210 net 30 says you get a 2% discount if paid within 10 days, and then you have 30 days to pay the balance. So it's extremely important to get these dates correct, just like all the rest of the places. And let's say this did say that we are going to get a 2% discount and we're going to pay it within the discount time. You're going to take the amount to pay of $1,900 and multiply it by 0.02. This does not automatically happen in QuickBooks. QuickBooks may pre-populate a number, but you will need to make sure that it is correct. This is where students get hung up on these chapters, is right here in this discount screen. And anytime you go to pay a bill, you need to hit set discount and see if it's eligible for a discount. And then you have to select what discount it is. We are paying a bill, we are purchasing inventory, we are purchasing things, purchase discounts. It's a cost of goods sold. Purchase discount. I can't say that enough. Purchase discount. Now, if I had a credit available to me, I had returned things to my vendor, it would be here in this screen, and the textbook does a really good job walking you through this. Discounts, I do not think it does a good job. So now I have set my discount, and it is the amount due. Here is my discount. This is the amount to pay. So this amount to pay plus discount used is the total amount due. And QuickBooks will suggest a discount. I was looking through to see if it had one that it did suggest the discount. It doesn't. But right here, it will suggest the discount. But you need to go into the set discount. And the only way to get that set discount to show up is to check the box. Okay, and then I'm going to click, I'm going to play this with my credit card. Excuse me, I'm going to play this with my checking account. And I'm going to hit pay select bill. And then this box, and I can either pay more bills and I'm going to say done. So I'm going to go in here to my check register. I just wrote that check out of bill pay, and now I paid it out of my checking account. And now right here it shows my $1,950, and it says it came from the bill payment screen. This is important. It came from the bill payment screen, and I can't stress this enough. So let's say you realize that you've messed up that discount. And one of the ways to figure out if you've messed up those discounts is to be looking at the bank statement ahead. Remember, the little secret I told you is keep your eye on that bank statement to see if you're doing your discounts correctly for these checks, and that will help you along. Let's say I do it and then I discover that my discount is wrong. That I, someplace along the line, have flubbed this up. So the only way to fix this discount is to delete this and go to delete bill payment check, hit OK, and then if you'll go back over into bill pay, it is there. And then I can recalculate my discount. The only way to correct this is to delete the check. There is no other way around that in QuickBooks. Just like when you need to correct a deposit, the only way to do it is to delete it, shove it back to undeposited funds, and then make the corrections. Much the same way. You cannot make the changes in the check register for those bill payment checks. So for instance, if I go here and do edit bill payment check, there's not a whole lot I can edit here, and I cannot at all fix the discounts. So that will hopefully save you some frustration if you have to delete them from here. And again, keep your eye on those bank statements when you go to reconcile, and that'll help you along. The textbook talks quite a bit about the reports, and I'm going to let you go ahead and go through those on your own. The other thing that's talked about in this chapter is sales tax and manage sales tax payments. So at the end of month or quarter or whenever your sales tax are due, you go over here and you do manage sales tax. And it wants you to run a couple of reports. This is our sales tax report. This says this was our total sales. This amount was non-taxable. For whatever reason, it was non-taxable. So if you take this number minus this number, taxable sales, we have two different sales tax rates. So we have tax collected, and then we have sales tax payable. So it looks like we have some sales tax payable from a prior period that we haven't paid. So I'll get out of this screen. And then I would go to pay sales tax. So we have two different taxes due. This check date is extremely important. You need to change it to the correct date of what date you're paying it. This shows your sales tax. Let's say I only wanted my sales tax for October. Okay. This shows we have an overpayment. But then for November, shows we owe more. So then I would click on here and do OK. And what did I do? Oh, I'm going to do a 3,000. I'm going to click on here, click OK. And that just created a check for me. So for instance, now I go into the check register, and now there is a check somewhere for my sales tax liability. My guess is I messed up, right here. And this says tax payment. That means it came from that sales tax screen. The only way to fix it, delete it. So let's say you've gone through and then you realize you're not matching check figures, so you go back. You'll need to delete this check and redo that if you've had to make changes to any of your invoices. Okay, good luck with this chapter, and good luck with sales and bill payment discounts. Sales we covered last chapter, and bill payment discounts we covered this chapter. And after you have finished this chapter, congratulations, you're halfway through the course. Good luck, and as always, email me if you need anything. Thanks.